Introducing somebody who I call a great friend, somebody who has been a part of this company from day one and who has her fingerprints in almost every single department. She is a jack of all trades. She has a brilliant marketing mind, and she's actually the director of marketing operations here at Auvoria Prime. And I'm so inspired to be her friend. I'm so inspired by the way she works with excellence, the wisdom that she brings from her years of experience in multiple different spaces. And the thing that I love about Susan, she has a champion spirit. She is an overcomer. You know, many of you may not know her story, but I do, and I don't have the time to go into it right now. And I think she might even be sharing a little bit of it as it's going to really tie into the next segment that she's going to cover, which is diversification. Not putting all of your eggs in one basket, but really helping you understand the marketplace that we have, how to take advantage of it, how to diversify. So with that being said, if you guys want to hear a little bit about Susan's story, Susan, pressure's on. We need you to share just a little bit because, man, it's so inspirational. You are an overcomer. You have a champion spirit. We so appreciate everything that you do here for us at Auvoria Prime. And so with that being said, guys, welcome to the screen, Miss Susan Bachelder.
Thank you, Kanoa. And I am so grateful to be here speaking to every one of you. I'm going to start off by saying I am really nervous. I get extremely nervous. It doesn't matter how many hours I spend behind the camera, but I get nervous because I'm really passionate about what I want to share with you. I have a lot to say and I get stumbled on my words, so thank you for just being here with us today. And the studio that we're in, the production studio, is amazing. So that's what I want to start with. I'm extremely grateful to be here with all of you today. Diversify with our AP marketplace. That's what I'm going to talk to you about today. But before I really get into that, let's start with defining diversify. How I'm going to speak to it is in simplicity. To diversify is to vary or differentiate. And yes, Kanoa is right. I'm going to share a little bit of my story to get to really the impact of the message that I'd like to share with you. How my plan to diversify my wealth growth rescued me and my children. So I'll start off, I guess, from when I was a child. I was really extremely fortunate that I grew up around business-minded and entrepreneurial parents. So they started me off with really the mindset that you need to put your money to work for you, and as well as create not just one, but multiple high-income skill sets. So figure out how to make money while you're serving others and put your money to work for you. So I just want to start with that. I'm so grateful that I did have that. Many of you heard Chris say that not everybody has that kind of surrounding, so I'm grateful for that, but that's how I started off. So I had a five-piece plan, I guess you could say, and the first part of it was the career income. So that that high-income skill set so that you have money coming in, creating money. And then savings, that liquid asset, always be adding to your savings. I love what Steve said, visualize that as zero so that you are always compelled and motivated to add to that, so the savings account. So I had that in place right from the get-go because I had that surrounding and that language, that education around me. Investment portfolio, and make sure it's diversified. Plus, add to it monthly. And that's exactly what I did from my very first paycheck. It was just a practice. It was a habit. And that was all in place right from the beginning. And then the home equity. So my mortgage, I supercharged paying off my mortgage to offset that compounding interest. I ended up paying off my mortgage 12 years earlier than the amortization schedule, and I saved over $48,000 in interest. So that's essentially putting your money to work for you, isn't it? Now that fifth step, it was almost in place. In fact, I was in the process of deciding amongst projected rental property and then sudden impact. So the plan was going great, and all of a sudden, sudden impact. I'm not unique to that. We all have sudden impact, and they are different. They come at us when we don't expect it. There's no way to prepare for sudden impact, but it happens to all of us. The one way, I shouldn't say there is no way, but the one way we can prepare for it is by having the money set aside so that it will help us deal with it, I guess you could say. So 15 years into this 5-step plan, I was almost ready for step 5, as I said, and then I was in a car accident. So within the blink of an eye, life as I knew it was done. I was no longer able to create that monthly income. And well, at the time of the accident, I wasn't sure really how bad the impact was, but 4.5 months later, my legs even stopped working. So just everything changed, the trajectory of everything. I was a single mom with 2 children at the time, 6 and 8, and I had no idea what I was going to do to care for them, to provide for them financially. I'm going to go to, take a breath, first of all. I'm going to go to a moment that brought me to a compass decision, which actually brought me here, right here in this moment, speaking to you. So it was my daughter's 6th birthday, and my legs had gotten paralyzed 4 days before, but it was her birthday. So I just pulled some favors and got some friends to help me celebrate her birthday as normal as possible. They brought the cake, they did all the preparation, and then I got a call from my doctor, and she had spread out what was going on with my legs to some specialists, and they got quite concerned, and they wanted me to come in to emerge right away, and they were going to start the investigations. But I insisted that I must continue and finish my daughter's 6th birthday. So that's what I did. Then a few days later, in the hospital, after multiple tests, my legs are still not working. They haven't figured it out yet. I was sitting in the chair beside my bed, and I was going to request the nurse to come and help me back to bed. I was getting tired. So I mentioned that, and my son, 8 at the time, said, no, I'll do it. So between him and my daughter, they helped me back to bed, and so they did. But here's the moment. He had just finished straightening my legs, and my 6-year-old daughter jumped up on the bed, and she's talking to my toes, and she's wiggling them. And she said, come on, toes, you have to start moving because mommy needs you. And it was in that moment, I'm sure that you can recognize or reflect on one of those moments where everything stands still. And that's what that moment did for me. I looked at them and I considered the situation. I was used to being the critical care registered nurse on the other side, knowing what to do in the situation, being the solution or sorting a solution for somebody else. And then here I am, essentially now a professional patient, and there's no control. I have no control. I don't know what's happening next. That's it. Stuck. So in that moment, I made a decision that continues to guide me, which is why I call it the compass decision. And again, I'll mention it again, that's why I'm here today. Just not that moment of not knowing, not sure if you have options, just not sure. So I made the decision to do whatever I could to get myself out of that situation so that I could help others in similar situations. So the reward. Let's go to the reward. The reward was, remember those 5 steps that I said that were in place? I had accomplished the first 4. Well, that left me essentially, or created that nest egg that I could take the time, which happened to be 6 years, to do what I needed to do, to pay for my extra health care, to still care for my children, provide safety, security, sustenance, stability, so that I could figure out a way to get that income coming back in again. Money is a valuable, valuable tool. So we must put it to work for us. We must do it outside of our direct engagement and exchange of money and time and value. Because when you really need it, at the time of sudden impact or after it, it really comes in handy. It's made the world of difference to me. So, what does that have to do with Auvoria Prime Marketplace? Well, in Auvoria Prime Marketplace, we have access, or we give you, it's a place where you have access to options, technology, coaching, and education to grow your money. Access to a high-income skill set that others have already mastered, making more possible for you. Access to the innovative technology of the software tools combined with world-class live and interactive coaching with developers and expert coaches. It allows the average person, like you and I, to tap into what only the elite, the banks, and hedge funds have been using for years. This access gives you the ability to diversify your money growth. How can we diversify in Auvoria Prime Marketplace? Well, you can manual trade alongside the coaches. You can manual trade with Arrow. You can use the expert advisors, the expert advisor assisted trading, trading strategies. Our products and our coaching has variable trading strategies, whatever's a fit for you. Or you can combine multiple different currency pairs, different difficulty levels, different experience levels. You can grow with our education, our coaching, and the products as you get more acclimated to using them. You can be conservative, moderate, or aggressive and mix it up. You can vary it. You can diversify it. And then time management. You can have some of your money working for you where you are exchanging manual trading, or some of your EA-assisted trading requires your attention, some weekly analysis. Or you can have some where you choose ultra-conservative settings so that you don't have to spend too much time analyzing the markets. You can diversify. I would like to close these points by mentioning your success is in your control. In fact, not just what I've spoken about, but the entire morning, all of the sessions, really is an ultimate message to you that with what we have to offer in our Auvoria Prime Marketplace gives you everything that you need, but we need to remember that your success is in your control, and you combine these three factors: your knowledge of Forex, your software knowledge of the tools that we offer, and then your risk management. In closing, I would like to thank you. Thank you for being with us so far.
I just want to see how many of you guys were inspired by Susan's story. I mean, I kind of teed up a little bit, sharing that she just has, just a champion spirit. She is an overcomer. And I'm so inspired, Susan, by you. So appreciate, the wisdom that you bring to this company. Just being an overcomer, so awesome. That's so inspiring to me.